Hey, this is CheryL FaLkner, and what I want to do today is talk to you about some tips on how to invite someone to a presentation. And so I have this training that I've done called PoWERLINE to Presentation, but I wanted to just kind of do another little video, more detail about it. You know, your PoWERLINE is your own. It is a one-liner that you will want to practice. And what it can say is anything that you want, you know, because we all have different reasons of why we chose to get started, right? Why did you start your business? And that should be part of your PoWERLINE. And it's something that will just come naturally. It will be very authentic and genuine. You know, one of the things that I can suggest is, hey, my husband and I were doing something new and I'm just so excited about it. I really think that this is going to be something that you would be interested in. It could be something, you know, one thing I want to say what it's not designed to do. A PoWERLINE does not have the name of the company. A PoWERLINE does not have a name of the product. It is just a one-liner that causes curiosity for that friend or that person you're standing next to say, wow, what is it? And then when you hear them say, what is it? That's when you go into the 3-point invitation. Okay. So I hope that helps with your PoWERLINE. Your PoWERLINE cannot be wrong. Your PoWERLINE, it's nothing that can be, you know, a mistake in any way if you stay in those boundaries that I set for you. You know, I have another friend, she just got started, and, you know, the reason they're doing it is because she wants to be able to create an income so that her husband can retire. And so just that should be part of her PoWERLINE. You know, hey, I've started something. I'm so excited about it. You know, we really believe that this is going to be an avenue where my husband will be able to retire sooner than what he's ever dreamed of. Guys, okay? And I look over there, I have no notes. I'm just spitting these out, but I'm kind of giving you an example of what that looks like. And, you know, if you notice, everything that I've said today about a PoWERLINE is about the business. Right? And there's a saying in this industry where if you treat it like a hobby, it will pay you like a hobby. If you treat it like a business, it will pay you like a business. So pay attention to that when you're creating your own PoWERLINE. Okay? Okay, so now we're going to go on to the 3-point invitation. And I am going to share my screen because I have it printed out. But I want you to be able to follow along with me. Okay? So here we go. Excuse me. Okay, so hopefully you can see my screen and PoWERLINE to presentation. And this is really it because we're really setting this up to be our PoWERLINE. They say, what is it? And you move into this. And so, of course, number one, it's you connecting with your prospect or the person in front of you. You know, this checklist right here is really for you to kind of use just that. Print one of these every time you pick up the phone to call someone. You know, you may be calling someone you have not talked to in a while. You may be calling someone you just saw earlier that morning. So take this first one into context and go around it. But I'm really considerate about, you know, calling people you haven't talked to in a while. It's very important, guys. You know, people on your list, you're going to have a big range of people, or you should. And so I really want to kind of coach you through that. But here it simply is that, you know, hey, I know we have not talked in a while and I want to catch up with you. But first, I want to tell you about something. Check. And then you go on to the next little part right there. I am calling you because, and I'm going to pause right here because the because is absolutely something that you know to be true. You've prepared this document before you pick up the phone. So why are you wanting them in your business? There is something, and I'm going to stop share screen right here real quick because I want you to really kind of look at me while we talk about this because, you know, there is a reason you want them in your business. There's a reason you wrote their name on your list. What is it? Do they have strong leadership qualities? Have you watched them have success in the past? Do they have a giant heart and really serve people? Do you really see them struggling maybe with their finances or financially just not able to get ahead, and you really want to be that person to bring something to them for that to change? You know, do you see their quality of life maybe changing as they get older, and you have a solution where the products can just change their life? You know, whether it's on the business side or the product side, why do you want them in your business? And so I have that wrote down, pick three things that are special about them. And guys, this is where, again, this is you. This is where it's your words. It's not mine. There's no perfect script for this, but if you can write down three qualities that your prospect has, you know, that's going to be how you're going to turn this into a compliment. You're going to compliment them. And this is so important. You know, I have another training. It's called the 4 C's to, you know, your invitation. And, so go back and make a note to watch that one too. But, you know, you want to compliment your prospect, and it's got to be true and genuine, authentic. If it's not, it's like bad breath, right? It's just people know it and everybody knows it but the person talking. So don't allow your compliment to be fake. I've actually also sat down with someone that doesn't do compliments very well. It's very hard for them to be authentic when they compliment someone, because complimenting is a challenge. And we had to kind of work through that. And so what is something positive about them? That's a compliment. You know, maybe they're always on time. Is that something you feel comfortable saying? You know, what kind of qualities do they have that maybe you admire? That's a compliment. Even how they care for themselves, how they care for their children, how they treat their husbands, how they treat their friends, how they have been loyal to their job, loyal to their church. You know, what is it about them? And guys, I'm spending some time here because I don't really know who I'm talking to. And I think that we're all in one of those categories. So for me, complimenting people is pretty easy. I can do it pretty fast, and I'm genuine because I mean it. And so, you know, as you do it more and more, it gets easier. So I'm going to come back. We're going to share my screen. We're going to go through that checklist some more. So here, I'm calling you because, you know what, I've watched the success that you've had over the years, and I am just so impressed by how you handle yourself in business. And I really believe that this is something that you're going to be interested in. How's that sound? You know, I mean, pick one of the three. You just have them wrote down there because it's going to help you be authentic when you're talking to your prospect. Check. It doesn't mean you have to say all three, but I mean, it's really important that you compliment your prospect and you allow them to just really hear you. So don't talk so fast that they don't really understand your compliment. Always slow down when you are complimenting someone. And I probably did an incorrect job because I went very fast. So, hey, I'm calling you because I have watched the success that you've had over the years, and I am just so impressed by the success that you've had. You know, I see so many things in business, and you are set apart. I think that this is going to be something that you are very interested in. I mean, can you see how that could be a compliment? So check. Again, I'm just kind of, you know, going through this pretty quick because you practice in front of your mirror. Practice, call me, call your upline support and practice, guys. That's how we get better. The next one is, hey, you know what? My friend Katie, she introduced me to this, and she has made $3,200 in her first week. So whatever it is, you may not have a friend, Katie, that made $3,200 in her first week. Who is your upline diamond? Who is your upline support? Whose story can you share? Who introduced you in the beginning? What is their story? Guys, you just want to put a little teaser in there and set the tone that this is a business where money can be made. That's why that's so important in that line right there. And then the next, you can say, hey, this is a privately held company and we're getting ready to go public. You know, one of the investors is actually Phil Knight. He is one of the original founders of Nike, and right now he's helping this company go from small to big. Check. And then they kind of, wow, you know, you allow them the time to respond, make sure they're still listening. And then the next, this company is offering shares, ownership shares. And you know what? Now I've started my own portfolio and I've got shares, and I really think that this is something that is going to interest you. Check. And they'll say, wow, well, what is it? Right? That's what you always hear. Everything you say, you want to cause so much curiosity that the next thing they say is, what is it? Like, that's a good thing to hear. What is it? And then the next is, Well, you know what? I want to be able to show it to you. I'm not able to tell you everything right now. I want to show it to you. So are you available tonight or maybe this afternoon to join a 20, 30-minute Zoom video conference at blank? And then they say yes or no. And then say the next question, if they're not able to, then you say, well, how soon can you? Question mark. How soon can you? And you wait for them. And guys, it's so important to be a good listener here because they really have to think about their schedule. Everybody has a full plate of life and we are busy and we're moving things and making plans every day. So for us just to kind of zoom through that and forget that they have to have time to also think and then reply back, give them that time, be respectful, be attentive to their needs. So when you say, how soon can you watch it, or how soon can we get together? When they reply back, say, that's great. That's great. We'll make that happen. And between all of us and the upline support, guys, you've got to be secure in that to know it'll happen because, there's videos and we're here for connect calls, all that kind of stuff. So, again, in the last one right here, I just have, again, just as a little note for you, if they say, what is it? Just remember, we have to create curiosity. And you can even say, you know what, I know you're curious, but it will be better for you to join in tonight so that you can see it all at once. I'm so excited to show it all to you tonight. And I will really want to get your thoughts. And so these are just little things that, put it in your own words, copy this over on another piece of paper with your verbiage, your personality. And then the next is, okay, great. You know what? I'm going to email or I'm going to text you an invitation over with the instructions on how to do a Zoom video app conference. Have you ever done Zoom before? And they'll say yes or no, and it'll kind of give you an idea. And then say, okay, great. You can join from your phone, your iPad, your computer, and I'm going to text you about 15 minutes before it starts so that we can watch it together. And guys, I really encourage you to do that because you want to be on the phone with them while they're watching it. So if they're really attentive to that. That's always a plus. If you can't do that, then okay, you can't. But I want you to try. I want you to set it up to say, okay, I'm watching too. We'll just listen together. And that's fine. That's an appointment. And that's your checklist. Okay, hope that helped. God bless. And let's set some appointments.